Cancer and Virgo sexual and intimacy compatibility. When Cancer and Virgo get together, there is potential for a great, everlasting love. They have a possibility to become an inspirational contact of heart and mind, if only they give in to the opportunity to enter each other's worlds. Their sexual relationship seems to be a lecture on emotion. The sign of Virgo brings Venus to its fall and suffers from a general lack of emotion. It is a rational sign with a lot to analyze, that rarely gives in to the first impulse or their fragile emotional state. They are to learn on how to feel safe enough to let their guard down and shut their mind off in order to feel and enjoy sex. Cancer doesn't really understand how someone could have trouble getting in touch with their emotions and can have unrealistic expectations because of this. They will learn to understand their partner better and make a stronger sexual bond, realizing how different people can be. 95%. Cancer and Virgo trust. If someone can help Virgo build their trust, it is their Cancer partner. Although Cancer is a cardinal sign, they are stable by nature, especially when it comes to emotional decisions they have made. If they have chosen Virgo to be their loving partner, they will have no reason to lie or cheat. This behavior would only endanger their vision of a shared life and a loving family they want with the partner they chose. This is also a reason why Cancer won't have an initial problem with trusting Virgo. Their convictions are stronger than their doubt. 99%. Cancer and Virgo communication and intellect. This is a tricky side of a relationship for a Cancer and a Virgo partner. The lack of words from Cancer certainly makes room for everything Virgo wants to say, but as signs ruled by the Moon and Mercury, they have a simple conflict of emotion versus logic. Although Virgo represents the grounded side of Mercury and that makes it much easier for them to communicate with someone like Cancer, they are still leaning a bit too much on their rationality rather than their heart. However, both of these planets are ruling the human brain. Mercury represents the core and Moon rules the rest of it. This is why when their topics and their intellectual strengths combine in a right way, and with their emotions to follow, they find an uncharted, new territory in which none of them has ever been. Their communication can become truly inspiring and magical if they accept each other's characters fully. 60%. Cancer and Virgo emotions. The rational side of Virgo could keep their overall emotional status very low. If Cancer starts showing their emotions openly and with no restriction, Virgo might get scared and start analyzing every little thing to determine if any emotion is really there. There is probably no greater turn-off for a Cancer than someone who rationalizes their own emotion. As if the fight to keep them afloat among the human race isn't enough, now they have to deal with a neurotic partner who dismisses them. The emotional side to Virgo is a deeply feminine side, usually ashamed to show her face, especially if Virgo partner is male. It becomes almost impossible for them to feel something if they are in any way pressured or feel mistrust with their partner. Virgo would rather be alone, with the right book, than with the wrong person, and it takes a lot of patience and rationality from their partner if they want to understand and wait for the ice to melt. If Cancer manages to do this, there is no reason for both of them not to resolve any other emotional issue that needs resolving, mutual or individual, while together. 65%. Cancer and Virgo values. If they form a truly functional and beautiful relationship, they will value each other. To Virgo, their Cancer partner will seem much more down to earth and rational than they are, and to Cancer, their Virgo partner will have a recognized soft spot in their heart. Other things won't matter much when they find each other, because there is no compromise they both wouldn't make to keep this love going. However, their different values might represent an obstacle to them getting to this point in a relationship. As a deeply emotional and the most intelligent sign in the zodiac, one of them values family, love, and understanding, and the other intellect, attention to detail and their health. It is not like they don't have a meeting point, but it will not be easily found if they both stubbornly keep to their habits and opinions. 50%. Cancer and Virgo shared activities. Although Virgo is a mutable sign and they can be pretty hard to follow, they do belong to the element of Earth and will be capable to wait for their Cancer partner to decide whether they will want to join them or not. This is very often a relationship of two people who can manage without each other, so they will not be bound by shared activities as much as some other signs might be. If one of them wants to do something, unless truly insecure, they won't take it as a personal insult if their partner doesn't want to do the same thing. This is where their rational compatibility will really come in handy, as they make arrangements for their time together. Usually there will be just enough movement and romance for both of them to feel special, and this is certainly not the main concern in their relationship. After all, they would both gladly go to a movie and eat some popcorn, so there is always something they can do together, even if their needs are very different. 90%. Summary. Cancer and Virgo can have a wonderful connection and are usually brought together by sexual understanding. The main problem of their relationship is in the possible conflict between emotional Cancer and reasonable Virgo. If they manage to overcome this, accepting each other's shortcomings and learning to incorporate some rationality or some emotion into their lives, they could end up in an inspiring relationship that will last for a very long time. In a way, they complement each other as much as the heart complements the mind. If they share a spark of love, it would be a shame to miss the opportunity for happiness just because of someone's irrational expectations or someone's closed heart. 77%.